Should you pay money out of pocket if and when you're buying a sub-2 property? Hey guys, it's Chris Prefontaine with another Deal Structure Sunday. I should start by saying what the heck is the definition of a sub-2 property, right? Because you might not know that if you're watching. First of all, welcome Mike Blevins from Texas. First Deal Structure, first deal. Sweet, congrats.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And Mr. Veteran, superstar, moneybags, Mike Makredes from California, certified coach in high six.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm great. So, guys, let me just define, because coincidentally, I was filming a video today redoing Mod 9 for our QLS program. We do it over all the time, and I was doing the sub-2 mod over. And so the definition is simply this, guys, the viewers. You're buying a property subject to the existing financing staying in place. Could be a first, a second, a third, all the, could be all mortgages, and stays in the seller's name, even though the deed transfers. That's what we're talking about here. Okay. So with that as a backdrop, let's go with Mike and Mike. Let's go with the source first.
Yes, sir. So the source was an expired listing. They had gone through a couple of realtors already over the past maybe 2 years, something like that, and
Wow.
We're looking for another avenue to sell.
Okay. And I should have asked this first, Mike, since this is your first deal in deal structure. Prior to Smart Real Estate Coach, I honestly forget. We have a lot of associates now. Did you have any experience with real estate? Did you do any deals?
No, not at all.
Okay, so that's a pretty easy answer. Nope.
Right.
All right. So expired listing and on with for a couple of years. What was the price they were on the market for the last look? And do you remember what they started at?
I think that, so we had in Houston, we had some flooding, kind of took a dip market-wise on a lot of different houses. So they had, I think like 5 years ago, they had $100,000 in equity, something like that. And since that flood, they dropped down a whole bunch. So I think they started at something like 350 on the market. They dropped down to about 330, I think, with the last realtor. Had it been maybe 6 months ago, something like that. And then, yeah.
Wow.
So
330-ish. And then what did you tie it up for? Loan balance and equity, and then we'll talk about some nuances.
Correct. So their loan balance was about 293.5, and then their equity was about 22,000. So we tied it up for about 315-ish, something like that.
22. Yeah, 315 and 5 or something.
Something like that.
Okay, so you basically agreed. I'll buy your house, and tell me if I'm wrong, Mike and Mike. Buy your house, and I'll give you roughly 22 grand on the back end before the renegotiation came into play.
Correct.
Okay, and then if I understand it correctly, you either did an inspection or notice repairs had to be done. Did you guys do an inspection?
Well, we haven't had an inspection done yet. It just kind of came to the attention of actually one of the buyers that was walking through the house that there was a leak coming through one of the ceilings. And so we had a contractor out to look at that and a couple other repairs that were needed, and got a quote for that.
Okay, so here's a question. You guys, I don't know if you thought of this early on. So when that happened, what comes to mind for me right away, so more of a coaching moment for the viewers. Did we get a state, what do you call it? A state required disclosure, property disclosure, condition disclosure from the seller ahead of time?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that would have either told you that problem existed or would have told you they lied. So future use, get a property disclosure. It's on the checklist anyway, but I know you don't have to close yet. So it's not like required now, but I would get it on a sub-2 that you're now marketing contingent upon getting your buyer.
Makes sense.
Yeah, for future. It'll show the colors or show that he's being honest, he or she. Okay. Did I miss anything in that? Oh yeah. So you decided the repairs are going to cost X, and because of that, I'm going to take double off of the 22 grand.
Correct. So it'll be about $2,500 up front, and we're going to take double off the back. So it'll take their equity down from 22 to about 17,000 in equity.
Okay, so this is really cool. I want the viewers to know, because we've gone everywhere from 2 to 5. I don't think any associate's gone over 5 times. But so because Mike had to do the repairs, the sellers weren't in a great spot. He said, "Fine, I'll deal with it for $2,500, but I'm taking double off the back, so he doubled his money."
Yes, sir.
It's not a bad investment.
Not at all.
Mike B, so tell me before I go on with the paydays about the beginning of this deal, because oftentimes Zach brought this to my attention. We don't talk about like what conversations around the sellers. Was it difficult? The time frame that took? Did you involve Mike as your coach much? You guys talk about that a little bit.
So I kind of hit them with a slide broadcast up front, and they seemed pretty urgent to sell right off the bat. They're hurting right now. They live in Vegas. The guys in the military, and so they're basically having 2 payments right now, and they need to get it off their hands and alleviate the hurt of that.
He shared that with you right away, Mike. In the beginning, he shared that fact with you right away. His
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, so they definitely seemed urgent. The negotiation process and just the education process took a while just to get them comfortable, but we settled on a sub 2 because they wanted, he's in the military, he has to stay in Vegas. He wanted to be very hands off and rather us, instead of us assigning the buyer back to him, taking over ourselves and handling all the maintenance, repairs, and everything.
Got it. Okay. And Mike, any thoughts, anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, Mike handled it really well. He felt the urgency, the pain, right? We always look for the pain in the situation of the seller. And we try to really pinpoint that and how we can alleviate that pain to help them, right? And that's basically what we do, and that's why we feel good about what we do, is because we help both the seller and the buyer, right, with the property. And Mike was able to do that, pinpoint that, and act on it, and structure a deal that worked for both sides. So he did a great job.
So, Mike, to that point, yeah, great job, because if we know the why, like I'll get calls from associates a lot going, I couldn't figure out this. If you just ask them what their problem is, then if you can solve it, you can solve it. If you can't, you can't. Like, this isn't brain science, right?
Yeah, we're offering you another solution to your problem, right? I mean, and that's pretty much our motto. That's what we do, right, for all of our sellers. And if we could fix problems, we can create sales and do well in our business. So that's we love what we do. Yeah.
We should probably bring up the Texas situation, because Mike had a chance to do the sub 2 or AO, but not sandwich, because in Texas you can't stay in the middle.
Correct.
Right.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So did I miss anything on the nuances before we jump to paydays, you guys? Anything that's worth sharing?
No, I think you covered it all, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go with projections on payday. Well, yeah, payday 1.
Okay, so
sale price is what, $349? We have it on there.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, good point, Mike. So you mocked it up to $349?
Correct. So 349.9.
Well, that's a good spread right there, right, guys?
For sure.
35 grand?
25 grand, yeah.
35.
Or 35, excuse me, yeah.
Jeez, you're trying to jip them. All right, so 35 grand there on the markup. So sorry, that'll come later in payday 3, but I didn't ask that. Thank you, Mike. So what's payday 1 projected if we're on a 350 sales price?
Okay, so if we get 10% down, payday 1, so it's 34,900.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to cover repairs and closing costs for the property before we close. 2,500 for repairs, and we're projecting about 6,500 for closing costs. So it'll take it from 34,900 to about 25,900.
Yeah, call it 25 conservative. Okay. Not bad.
I knew 25 was right.
You know what, guys? Side note, you had 25 for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Side note, it's not out of the question that you get a buyer that's hypothetically a roofer who says, yeah, just credit me $1,000 and I'm good, or make a deal with him or her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind when you're negotiating. And the other thing, all kidding aside, is like one of the techniques, and it's just a good sharing moment for the viewers, is, okay, Mr. Mrs. Potential Tenant Buyer, listen, good news. I think we got you approved. I talked to the team. I'm everything being equal, I'm about $1,300 or $1,400. You come up with some number. I'm about $1,400 off. I'm about $1,800 off. What we really need to make this work from our metrics. If we can do that, we got a deal. And I guarantee you'll get most of your roof covered.
Nice. Yeah.
Side note. Okay. Payday 2.
All right, so payday 2, not too much of a spread. They have a high monthly payment with taxes and HOA, so they're paying about $27.50 monthly. We're marketing for $28.50, so it's about $100. 48-month term, so $4,800.
Okay. Now, how much, curious, and this will lead us to payday 3. That is a hefty payment. You're right on that house. How much of that is taxes?
So taxes are about $650 a month, something like that.
Okay. So you guys have already played with that scenario of how to play with the tax money. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And then how about principal pay down on that hefty payment?
Yeah, so principal pay down, I think they had it refinanced a couple of years ago, so it's about $450 a month principal.
Still not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. So Mike, what's 450 times 48?
It's 21.6.
21.6.
21.6 pay down plus mark up of 35, but you got the money at the front end. So it's really just that principal pay down.
25, yeah. It's
Okay.
about a $51,000 deal, all said and done, right?
Plus 51K.
If you're able to get that, yeah.
Yeah, but here's another nuance for everyone that's viewing us. You're gonna, because Mike's buying his entity, he's gonna get the depreciation too every year.
Yeah.
So there's some other profit there. Versus if he was doing a sandwich. See, I get people texts going, yeah, but I can't do a sandwich. You get more of a benefit here. The only bummer is that your first few deals when you're brand new, you had to give up some of the deposit. Okay, that's the worst scenario.
Yeah, so there's some hidden profits in there, but definitely full term, it's over $50,000 deal.
Yeah.
Easy.
Mike, you'll be happy with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Both you guys. Good deal. Well, congrats, Mr. Mike. Anything else that I forgot? Like the other thing I forgot, Mike. Mike, anything?
Another thing that I think that's going to happen with the deal is that whenever we signed the contract, we stipulated that we covered their balance on their mortgage, and so since we've been marketing it, the principal pay down has been in effect too. So it's been about maybe $1,000, $1,500, something like that since we started.
I didn't think of that. Cool.
Maybe a little, yeah, about 1,000, 1,500 principal pay down already that we're, that they've been paying for us. So
all right, so you almost covered your roof.
There you go. There's your roof.
All right, so this is worth mentioning. The reason we talked about this off air, the reason there's no time frame here is they have 2 payments and they're like, please help me, right? I mean, I'm being facetious, but that's essentially what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to cut your legs out and say stop marketing it.
Right.
That's awesome. Well, good deal on that. So that's gonna. I know we shouldn't drag our feet, but that's a nice little side benefit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
It is.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for being on. I want to do a couple of shout outs, and I might have you guys comment. One is, if you're viewing this and you haven't been to the Wicked Smart Sit Down, it's free. We run it the 3rd Thursday of every month. You come on Zoom like this. You can listen to other people ask questions. You can bring a deal. You can hang out and just, take it in, see what we're all about as a family, whatever you want, but it's free. 3rd Thursday of every month, 4:00 Eastern Standard Time. If you're listening and you're not in the QLS program, I don't need these guys to do a shameless plug. So I'll just say to you, schedule a strategy call with us. It's free. I want to talk to you. I want to see if this is a fit for you. And if it's a fit in every way, I'll tell you the next few steps. Like, you'll leave the call with some takeaways. And so I know I'm putting myself out there on a call like this, but I'll say go to smartrealestatecoach.com/strategy call. And Mike M., you've been on a bunch of these. I don't give that out because it's going to take a ton of time now. But we want to talk to more people is the bottom line. So get your butt to Wicked Smart Sit Down. Go to smartrealestatecoach.com/strategy call and schedule a free 15-minute session. It'll be myself or Zach. And that is it. Hopefully you guys that are watching are subscribed so you don't miss these. Every deal is different, like the nuances that these two just brought up that I forgot to ask. So keep coming, and we look forward to seeing you at one of the upcoming events.